Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I almost got into trouble with the social services here in Finland. And this happened like barely 2 months after I got into the country. Guess what happened? So if you want to know what happened, stay to the end of this video. And please subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed to my channel. Like and comment on my videos if you find it interesting. Now, let's dive right into it. So, before leaving the country, I was told about the rules in the Western world. I was told of how spanking or yelling at a child is found as a form of abuse. Yes, it is the rule here. So immediately I left the borders of my country. I knew that the rules have changed and I had to abide. And you know about the saying that has that if you get to Rome, behave like the Romans. Apart from that, in Africa, in my country, spanking a child is like a normal thing. The normal way of correcting your child when your child, there are other ways, yes, but spanking is not seen as anything bad. It's seen as a faster means, like one of the ways in which you can use to correct your child's bad behavior. So it is done. Like growing up, I was raised by two disciplinarians. My parents were both teachers, and you know what teachers are known for? Like back then when I was still in school, teachers are known to always carry their cane with them. Like it is used for disciplining the child. In the normal school and the country, it is a normal thing. Yes. Even growing up as a child, my mom had this particular cane that she always referred to as Mr. Do Good. Yes. She says that it is used to correct bad behavior. And that is how it is. That had been the normal thing to us until I left the country and I knew that the rules have changed. Yes, if you get to Rome, you behave like the Romans. Because doing this in this country can lead you to a serious problem. Like, yes, even to the extent of taking your child from you. So you're not allowed to do this here, especially here in Finland. It is sometimes referred to as kind of a criminal case. So if you're in this country, you have to be careful about it, like super careful. So ask me again, what happened? Why am I telling this story? Okay, now let me go straight into it. So this happened like on December 2021. I had already stayed like 2 months here in Finland. Yeah, that was during the Corona time. So it happened that my son was sick. So we were always going to the hospital to see the doctor for him. Yeah, so we went on that fateful day. Yes, you know children and their behavior now. Children have their different way of misbehaving, but you know there are different ways in which you can correct your child. It is not by spanking your child. You can also talk to your child, you can do other things, and you know there are many things that you can do. So we had an appointment to see the doctor. The appointment was supposed to be at 3 p.m. but we arrived at the hospital very early, like around 2:30. Yes. So we were now waiting for the doctor and it was past 3 p.m. and the doctor still had not called us in. So we were already getting tired, and you know, children, you're always tired of staying at a place. My son was already bored. So he wanted to play, and you know, during that time, that was during Corona period. Yes. Anything you look at, especially in the hospital, looks as though they are contaminated. Like you have to be careful. Even touching the walls in the hospital is something else. Before you sit down, you look at your seat very well, you try to clean up, you cover your hand and all that. But my son was bored. He was tired of staying in my husband's arm because he was carrying him. So the boy struggled out of his hand, and then he landed at the floor, and he was trying to play with a foot mat on the floor. Like he wanted to just go down, you know how children do. He wanted to play, but We were being careful. And you know how it is like in the hospital. Yes, that is where patients are being treated just in case someone with coronavirus had already gotten in. And you have to be very extra careful when you are in the hospital. So my son was trying to play with the foot mat, touching the ground and all that. So, my husband was trying to take him off from the floor. And he wasn't having it. He wanted to play on the floor at that moment because he's already bored, like already tired of staying at a place. And he can be very stubborn. Yes. If he wants to do something, he wants to do that thing. He doesn't want you to stop him. So my husband was trying to get him up and he started shouting. And my husband scolded him and he started crying. Unfortunately for us, there was a nurse there at the moment, and the nurse came over to us and was speaking to my husband in the Finnish language. He on his own side was trying to explain to the nurse what was happening, and the lady was talking back. And long story cut short, we later saw the doctor that day. Yes, after everything with the doctor, we went home, and 2 days, was it two? Yeah, 2 days after that, we received a call. I'm just smiling now. It was so shocking. We didn't know it was like that because my husband didn't even hit him or anything. And it was so obvious that we were at the hospital and a child shouldn't be playing around. And, it was Corona period. Like, okay, we received a call and it was the socials. They called my husband. So I was there with him at the moment when his phone rang and he told us exactly what happened in the hospital, but in a way that wasn't the actual way it took place. You understand? Like the way they explained it to us wasn't the same thing that happened. Like it was more like the lady in the hospital took it out of place. Like, oh my goodness. Because the thing that happened is this is a father trying to take his child from the floor to stop, not just because he wants to take him from the floor for anything, because he doesn't want him to contact disease. Coronavirus is not a small issue. At that time, there was no medication for it. It was so dangerous for a child to be on the floor. So we expected the nurse, of all people, to understand what was happening. I don't actually know the reason for her doing that, but it just happened. Okay, so the social services told my husband that the lady called the police, and then the police referred to them to call us. That was how we just enter like that, though, like just like that. But I thank God that everything later went out fine. So they visited us for like 2 times every month for 3 months. Yes, and after everything, they saw nothing, that everything was normal. And they now told us that it depends on what to tell the police, and the police might decide to take up the case as a criminal case or decide to drop the case. And luckily for us, we never heard from the police. They dropped the case, and till now, we've been living fine. So that was it. It was a very big shock, especially to me. I didn't want anything of such to happen. Even in my own country, Nigeria, I've never had a case, even my husband, with the police, anything of such, not to talk of another country. Oh my goodness. So that was it. That was what happened. Since then till now, we've never had such an encounter, and we pray never to meet such a person, because it is very easy to understand what was happening, but the lady chose to take it out of context. Yes, I actually felt so negative about the whole thing, and I was new to the country, you understand. We didn't have anything to hide. So even after they visited us, they saw everything was normal. And I thank God for everything that happened, and everything went well. And Till now, nothing of sort. I've been living fine. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on my video if you find it interesting. And don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you always be notified anytime I post new videos. Yes, I took a little break from YouTube, but now I am fully back. So please support me, okay? Bye bye.